Hello Aquarius, welcome to your weekly tarot reading here on Dove and Serpent Tarot. This is for the week of February 12 through 18. Please like, comment, and subscribe to the channel, especially if this reading resonates with you. Now this is going to be a general reading, so try to remain open and receptive to whatever may come through during our time together. I am merely the messenger, and I ask you to connect directly with these cards and use your own intuition to take you beyond what I'm telling you. Remember that the most important part of any tarot reading is you. And the first card that jumps out today is the Queen of Pentacles. So let's find out what this might be signifying for us. Okay, we're going to use our Dove and Serpent spread to put all of this into some context and see what the energies are for the week. And we're going to do our mystery card, bonus card, confirmation card. And I would like to use, I'm going to use the antique, the ancient Italian. That's what I meant to say. This is one of my favorite decks. It is pre-shuffled. We're just going to take a card randomly, and we're going to leave it right over here. We're not going to look at it until the very end of the reading. Okay, so you got to stick around until the end. And hopefully that will, tie the reading together and give us the confirmation that we're looking for. Okay, so let's see, on the path of the dove, we have some air, some water, some fire, some earth, a little more air, a little more earth. So that's pretty balanced over here. On the path of the serpent, we have major water, major air. So that is going to be a pretty interesting set of cards over here. But let's start on the path of the dove. Let's start with this Queen of Pentacles, discs, coins. Right now, I'm not sure if this is representing another person involved. For some reason, I'm getting a V sound, a V name. I don't know if that's ringing a bell or not for someone else in your life, or maybe your name starts with a V. But I'm getting this feeling like there's someone here that is really, has really accomplished a lot in their life, okay? We're going to go ahead, we're going to assume that this is representing your energy right now, okay? Until we get some information that this might be another person in your life. There are other court cards, so it seems to me like this situation is involving another person in your life, or other people, maybe family, maybe a group of friends. But with this Queen of Pentacles, I feel like you have a real sense of accomplishment this week. I don't know if you've been working on something that you're kind of expecting it to come to fruition this week, but I feel a real sense of accomplishment coming from you, okay? I think that you're a hard worker. I think that you really stick your nose to the grindstone for as long as it takes to accomplish your goals, okay? I think you've been working on something for a while. I feel like this week you're going to have that satisfaction of like a job well done. I feel like you're maybe creating something that is not just for yourself, but something that's going to benefit other people as well. We see some indications here that it may be some kind of a charitable thing, maybe some kind of a community organization, could be like a church, temple, lodge, could be an educational set up in some way, okay? But it's for the benefit of others, not just for your benefit. And I feel like you're really experiencing this accomplishment. I feel a sense of pride and satisfaction coming from you, okay? I think that you're someone that typically likes to stay in the background. You know, you don't try to make a show of it. You don't try to make some grand display of your accomplishments. You work hard, you get things done, and then you just kind of like to hang back and watch it happen, admire your work kind of from a distance. Do you know what I mean? It's not that you're right there in the forefront looking for the spotlight. I don't think that's you. I think you like to hang back a little bit and kind of watch everybody else enjoy the fruits of your labor, let's say, okay? So I'm feeling that sense of accomplishment. There is a V somewhere involved here. I don't know if there's something about this organization or this plan, this project, something that you're creating, something that you've been working on, okay? I don't know if it's what you do for money. I don't think it is. I don't think this is just your employment. I think this is some kind of a side project, a passion project. It could be just some volunteer work. It could be something that you're building, something that you're organizing perhaps, okay? I don't see it being what you do for money. at least not directly, at least not as its primary function, okay? But I feel is a real accomplishment coming from you this week. So whatever you've been working on, I feel like this is the week where you get to just kind of sit back and just kind of smile and admire what you've created. I think with other people involved, with the help of other people, you know, and it's just something that other people are going to benefit from. And that really gives you this intense feeling of satisfaction. Okay. And then with that, here is what's crossing your path. This is a Three of Cups. This is here, I think, because while you may be wanting to kind of stay in the background and you don't want to make a big fuss about it, you don't want to take all of the credit, you don't want it to be all about you. You know, this is about the result, the organization, the project, the other people, whatever it may be, okay? You don't want to be the spotlight. You don't want it to be all about you. But I feel like the people involved or the organization or the circumstances are going to celebrate you, okay? So it seems like you kind of are trying to stay humble, stay in the background, but someone's going to like grab you and lift you up and say thank you for what you've done, you know? It's kind of an involuntary party for you, you know? I feel a real celebration kind of here. I feel like it's going to feel really good. It's going to feel like you're really appreciated. As much as you try to stay humble and stay in the background, you're going to be recognized for the work that you've done, for what you've contributed to this project, to this work. Okay, whatever, I'm not sure really exactly what it may be. It feels something kind of charitable. It feels like there's some kind of a social aspect to it, like a community outreach, some kind of organization or something that's for the benefit of the community around you. Maybe the world as a whole, I don't know. I'm trying to think locally. But I feel like you're going to be recognized for your efforts. You're going to be thanked and appreciated, you know? And that's going to feel really good because it's not something you set out to do. It's not something that you're not doing this for recognition. You know what I mean? You're not doing it for the thank you, for the love, for how it makes you feel. You're really trying to be somewhat selfless about it, you know? And I get that from this Queen of Pentacles, where it's just, you know, you're not out in the front making a big show of it, making a big display. You're just kind of sitting back. You're hanging back like, yeah, you're proud of yourself, you know. You're proud of yourself for a job well done. But what really gladdens your heart, what really makes you smile is that everybody else is kind of overjoyed with this, with the result, with what you've built, with whatever this project is. I don't know what it is. And that's what makes you feel really good, is that other people are enjoying this, that they're benefiting from this, that it's making a difference perhaps in their lives. Okay? And this could be something very small, very local. Could just be within your family, something that you've done in the home for your immediate family. Could be something that you've been working on for the neighborhood, for the community, for your town, for your state, your country, for the world itself. I don't know. You know, I don't know how, what kind of scale we're talking about here. Maybe as we go through, we'll get more of an idea. But you're a person that has a lot of ideas. This is the Ace of Wands. It's at the top of the path of the dove. You're somebody that really does, you really do, like, you get inspired by certain things and you get an intense energy about you. When you really do get inspired, when something really motivates you, you have no choice really but to see it through till the end, okay? Now, this is the primary fire energy that we see in the entire reading, and maybe the mystery card, we'll see. So this really is your creativity, your spiritual fire, your spark, your energy, your vitality, your commitment and enthusiasm. And this is pretty much shining on every card here, okay? It's a really, really positive reading for you this week. I think this is that inspiration that once you catch this, once you find something that inspires you, you find something that you want to commit to, it really does lend its power to every other aspect of your being. And it's almost like you're just 110% focused on seeing this through. You're just intensely committed, you know. And you're a loyal person. I think in general you're a very, very loyal person. You're with your friends, your family. You know, when you commit to something, you're all about that. You honor that. You know, I think in general. And with this Ace of Wands, I think you're very loyal and committed to this, maybe this commitment that you've made, this project that you've started, or that you've you've been brought on board. I don't know if you've originated this project, if this was your initial idea, but I feel like you kind of caught the bug. You got inspired by something, and you either joined into this work or you kind of got the ball rolling or something like that. Okay. But you're intensely loyal and committed to anything that you put your mind to, whether it's a person, a family, an organization, or an idea. You know? And this fire is almost inexhaustible. We don't see it ending anywhere. We have the source of the fire, and this is not running out anytime soon, as far as I can tell. Okay, so this is a real power and a real vitality, and this real ability to receive the inspiration, to get enthusiastic, to get excited about an idea or a person or whatever, and utilize this energy, express it through every other part of your life. Okay, but let's see what happened in the recent past that might have kind of got this thing going. Okay, we see a Six of Swords. Now, I think in the recent past, maybe within the last 6 months, I think a couple of things. I think that you kind of got out of a bad situation, right? You managed to extricate yourself from something that was toxic, harmful, God forbid, something that just wasn't right for you, right? Something that you needed to get away from. You put some distance between yourself and something else that was, we'll just say, toxic. Okay. So the Six of Swords sometimes indicates travel, but it's usually a traveling away from something that's harmful or toxic, or, you know, kind of an escape in some way, but not just like bolting for the door, you make a quick escape. No, it's a more thorough and thoughtful planning that's distanced yourself from something. Okay. So I think you went through a rather complex experience, I say within the last 6 months. And I think you're using that as kind of motivation to then help other people get out of similar situations. You know what I mean? This could be literally anything. Could be a bad contract. Could be something legal, right? Could be helping people get out of sticky legal situations. Could be getting out of bad relationships. You could be helping people get out of any kind of repressive or detrimental circumstances, okay, whether it's legal or financial or spiritual or health related, you know, could be any of those things. All right. But I feel like it's because you went through similar experiences yourself in the relatively recent past. And that's why now you have this motivation, this desire, this kind of drive, really, to help other people in similar situations. Okay? And I think that might be what we're working on with some of this energy. It might be where it's kind of being directed, you know. Underneath everything, we also see a Two of Pentacles here. This is change. This, I think, is really this idea that kind of connects with that Six of Swords, that you've changed your life in some way. You were in these kind of dark times, these negative or toxic circumstances, and you turned it around. You got out of there, you changed your life, you know. And again, it could be anything. I don't want to narrow it down to anything too specific, because it could be all sorts of things. Okay? But I feel like you put some distance between you and that toxic environment. You've changed your life. Maybe 6 years ago, really. Maybe it wasn't 6 months. I feel 6 months, though. I feel like it's still fairly recent. And it's good that it's recent, because that inspiration, that memory is still fresh in your mind. And we get that Ace of Wands, this is kind of motivating you now because it's so, if it's in the last 6 months, that's really recent. And you've made this shift, you've made this change, you've pulled yourself out of these circumstances, this toxic environment, whatever it may be. And now you're giving back. You're immediately using that experience, that positive change, that distance, that, you got away from that, whatever it was. Maybe literally you moved, but figuratively you distanced yourself from whatever that toxic environment, energy was. Okay. And now you're giving back. And I think you're going to be recognized for that. I think you're going to be loved and appreciated, and you're going to be recognized, and there's going to be kind of a celebration of you, right? Both for your accomplishment of getting away from that toxicity, but then also for what you're doing to give back, right? What you're working on to provide back to other people, to the community, to the world, just to your neighborhood or whatever it may be, okay? And yes, the Two of Pentacles here is just confirming that Six of Swords, saying, yeah, there was a change. There was a major life change that happened. Okay, and it's not a change that we see just with a major arcana. This is a pip card. This is a 2. This is representing something that you did with your own power. Yes, you had, divine assistance or whatever you want to believe. I think there are mysterious forces in your life, which we see on the path of the Serpent mostly. So there are major forces and factors, a great spiritual influence on you. But this was something that you had to choose. You had to do this. And no one was going to do it for you. Yes, maybe spirit, maybe the divine, maybe the universe put certain opportunities in front of you, but you still had to make the decision. Okay, so you've turned things around in some way. You've changed this toxic environment to a very healthy and wholesome environment. Okay, you did that. And now in the immediate future, though, we see some interesting energy with this eight of Swords. It almost feels like after this kind of celebration, this satisfaction, this pride, and this joy that's going on because of this accomplishment, it's almost now that it feels like you're going to get kind of stuck in your head again. It's almost like this situation here that now we've gotten away from, right? You've had the clarity, you've distanced yourself from whatever toxicity was before this. This is not the toxicity. This is your distancing yourself from it. I don't know what the toxicity was. We're not going further back in time than this. This is the choice, this is the distance that you're putting between that environment and yourself, okay? But I feel like with this Eight of Swords, it's almost a struggle not to return to that toxicity. You know what I mean? It's almost after this focus, after this, whatever it is you're doing to give back, right? Whatever this project is, it's almost like then you're going to have a little idle time mentally. And you're going to have to deal with this toxicity, this situation, this environment, whatever it was that we've gotten away from. Your mind is going to kind of go back there. Okay, so we have to be careful with that. Now that this current effort is kind of wrapping up, and this project or whatever is kind of, it's at least completed to some degree. Maybe the first stage, first phase of it is done. You're going to have to deal with that previous environment, at least, like I said, mentally. Okay? And this is going to come by way of just maybe dark thoughts, maybe some negative thinking, maybe just the memory or the guilt or some kind of remorse over it. Or there's going to be something that happens that maybe reminds you of that situation, and it's going to bring you down, bring you within a little bit, okay? We don't want to harp on this too much. With really good energy on the path of the Serpent here. But I feel like this is going to be just a little test, or it's going to be a little bit of overthinking about things. It's almost like now that this current project is done to some degree, you have this idle time and then your mind starts going again. You know what I mean? It's going to be something like that. And we need to move past this. We need to, I think we need to move over to the path of the serpent. Okay. I think that's what's going to give us the kind of solution that we're looking for to this, because it's a really great week. But then I see by the end of the week, you're gonna be spinning your wheels a little bit, right? Does that make sense? The path of the serpent now, and I do just want to say that these cards are always correct. We never pull out an incorrect tarot card. Okay. But as the interpreter, I can't always understand the exact relevance of each card to your particular life. Okay. And that's why I ask you to connect directly with the images and with the energies and use your own intuition to go beyond what I'm telling you. Okay. The first thing we see is this air energy. This is your general energy. And, Aquarius, you are this kind of fixed air energy that we see with this THOTH card. This is just pure air, right? This is air that is fixed in its kind of mode now. So you really have this ability to kind of, when you get involved in something, you have a tendency to kind of get stuck there, right? And we saw that with some of this fire energy, but this is in a more active way. This fire energy, this Ace of Wands, is you really committed and loyal and steadfast and enthusiastic and excited about something, someone, a project, an inspiration, an idea, okay? This is similar with this air THOTH card, okay? Your fixed air energy. You kind of have a tendency to, if we're down in this thought process, spinning our wheels, you have a tendency to kind of get stuck there, right? When you get into this cycle of thinking, this habit of thinking, you get down into this groove of worry or of remorse, regret, or of just anxiety, whatever this kind of overthinking, whatever these wheels are that are spinning, okay? You have a tendency generally in your life, I think, to get kind of stuck in that, okay? And I think we're seeing that a little bit this week, and this is a continuation from this Eight of Swords. We want to make sure we don't get stuck in this rut, in this cycle, this habit of thinking represented by the Eight of Swords, okay? Because you have that tendency to get fixed, to just get kind of, to get just stuck in that rut, all right? Stuck in that cycle of thinking. So we need to find ways to kind of counteract this, this tendency, this fixed thing where you're just kind of, crystallized in this mode, in this Eight of Swords energy. We don't want to be stuck there, And I think the best way to do that is to immerse yourself in your environment. Immerse yourself in this project that you've accomplished, whatever this thing is that I feel like is kind of done now and you're being celebrated for it. Maintain that connection. Maintain the communication with the people involved, right? This is like you want to just remain attached, remain connected, reach out to those people again, reach out to that organization, stay involved. I think that's the key here. And it's almost like this thing that you've created to help other people, now it could be something where you can go there and stay involved to help yourself, It's almost like you're going to be utilizing it as well. And I think it is an organization or some kind of project that is meant to help other people. Okay? And sometimes you can be in need of help too, so you can utilize those resources as well. Right? Does that make sense? So I think staying immersed in that environment is going to be the best way to avoid this Eight of Swords kind of rut, to stop the wheels from spinning so much. And this is really reaching out and asking for help. Maybe there are a few people, I think there might be a water sign person specifically that you can reach out to. And this is almost like having a few people in your life to kind of check in with. Check in with people periodically, and it brings you out of yourself. It's almost like you have a responsibility towards someone else, and that kind of brings you out of your own kind of overthinking. You know what I mean? So it's really about being of service. It's about staying in this environment that you've created, right? With whatever this kind of project is or this organization, whatever that work is. Stay involved with it and continue with that sense of responsibility and that sense of community, I think. I really feel that I feel like it's a charitable thing or a community thing or, something like that. I don't want to pinpoint it with too many details, but I think I think it's resonating with you what this is. And I think you have a responsibility to other people, and that is going to keep you from sinking too deep in this kind of overthinking, Eight of Swords energy. Okay? This idle time, and then you start spinning your wheels. Because there is a water sign person, I think, that is in need of your assistance, your help, but more just like checking in with them. You know what I mean? Like you kind of got to call them every couple days to make sure they're doing okay. And I think this is a really good connection to have, because then at the same time, they're kind of checking in with you, you're checking in with yourself. It brings you out of this Eight of Swords. Brings you out of your head, okay? Because you do have a commitment and a responsibility to these other people. Specifically, I think a water sign person, or it's a water sign person perhaps, but it's somebody who is really struggling to kind of live up to their who they feel they are inside. You know what I mean? They're really trying to do the right thing, do the work, improve, become, a better version of themselves, etc. However you want to describe it. But they're having a lot of setbacks. They really struggle with how they feel on the inside, who they believe they are, and then the behaviors and the actions that they exhibit externally, And I think that's why they kind of need you to kind of be an example for them, be someone that they can look, almost like a mentor kind of thing. But I feel like it's kind of mutual, right? Where you're helping them and they're also helping you at the same time. I think that's a great thing. And what we see at the end of the path of the Serpent here is this Lover's card. Now, this doesn't mean that you're going to start a romantic relationship with this water sign person. Maybe you will, maybe you won't. I don't know. It's not what this card means, okay? This card is talking about choosing love every step of the way, okay? Are we choosing love when we kind of allow ourselves to get stuck in this overthinking, this Eight of Swords, spinning our wheels, this idle time, these kind of dark thoughts or repetitive thoughts or obsessive thought, whatever, the Eight of Swords? I don't think we're choosing love. So by reaching out and continuing this work that we started on the path of the dove, by continuing that work, I think you're choosing love. You're choosing the path, and every moment is a choice, right? Especially in a situation like this, I feel like every day is, every day you have to choose. Like it's the first day, you've got to choose, okay? And by reaching out to these people, by staying involved in the organization, by continuing to be a part of it, by not just feeling your accomplishment and then going home and spinning your wheels, you're choosing love. So you're staying involved, you're reaching out, you're keeping this fire going, and this fire is still giving out its light, life, its love to everyone around you. And you're feeling it too, right? Because it's coming back to you. So you're really choosing to do the best thing in every moment. What's the right thing to do right now? And I think it's pretty much to give this person a call. Whoever it is, that water sign person, they may not be a water sign. It doesn't matter. We're all water signs to some degree, right? We all have, all of the elements are in us, okay? It could be that they're just exhibiting more of this water energy right now, right? Like I said, this inability to match their behavior and their attitude and their external world with how they feel inside and what they believe about themselves and kind of what they're, there's not a lot of harmony in them right now. So I think it would be beneficial for you to choose love, to choose reaching out over staying in your head. Okay. So I think this is a pretty good way to to finish out the path of the Serpent here. And I really feel like with the Major Arcana, this Major Arcana and the Hierophant Major Arcana, this really does feel like this is where you're meant to be. This feels like it's like kind of your calling. It's kind of like the best thing for you. This is like where you can really shine, where you can be yourself, where you can feel proud and satisfied and accomplished and feel like you're helping people. Feel like you're choosing love and you're going down the right path, right? It feels like this is a good place for you. But I want to look at this mystery card and see what that might reveal to us about your energy or about this situation, okay? Now this is the Ancient Italian Tarot. I would almost expect maybe some more balanced air energy. Maybe another Six of Swords. Maybe some balanced water energy. I think would be pretty good right now. Okay? Maybe Wheel of Fortune. Maybe the Universal World card. But let's stop speculating. Some really balanced water energy. Ace of Cups. Yeah, this is telling me that this situation here, everything we've got going on this week, is really where you're supposed to be. This is where you feel the most connection. This is where you feel like you really have meaning and purpose. It's really a joyous, joyous thing. We had the Ace of Wands. Now we got the Ace of Cups. This is fire and water. This is a just perfect harmony of elements for you. This really does make me happy. And I think it makes you happy. You know, the Ace of Cups, all about happiness, all about love and joy and meaning and purpose and satisfaction, fulfillment, and just a real like wealth, a real abundance of this loving, caring, nurturing energy. And I feel like that's where you have your purpose. I think whatever this is, if this is, like I said, a charitable organization, community organization, some kind of a church program, or just, you know, anything like that, anything that's just kind of giving back to people. It could be something medical, it could be something, I don't know. There's all sorts of ideas, right? I feel like this is where you really feel connected. You really feel like you're part of something important. And I think you have a lot of meaning attached to this energy. And that makes me feel really good, right? Because I can kind of feel like the joy and the satisfaction. It's like you wake up and you just can't wait to go and see these people again and do this work again and help these people and see the looks on their face when they become aware that somebody cares about them, right? Because I feel like you know what that feeling is like. Because of whatever we got away from, whatever kind of lifestyle or circumstances, whatever kind of toxicity or whatever it was that you got yourself away from. With the help of spirit, yeah. That higher power, whatever it is. You have tremendous meaning and connection here. And I think this is a really good place for you to be. It's a good place for you to be fixed, for you to be committed to, and really to be committed to this work. You know, the people may come and go and kind of filter through, but the work that you're doing itself, I think that's really where you find the most connection, the most meaning, and it's inspiring to you. And you feel, you've got, like I say, you got both of these aces. You can't get much better than that. You know, I think this is really where you are fulfilling some of your purpose, all right? Aquarius, we're going to do an extended. If you want to become a member to the channel, click on the link that's right up here. You can have access to all of the extended readings, the weeklies, the monthlies for all signs, not just Aquarius, all of them, okay? And please hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, share the video on your social media. We're trying to, keep up with the algorithm, and, the views on the channel are just fluctuating so much that one day, a lot of people are watching. The next day, it seems like the video's not really reaching a lot of people. So if you're a fan, if you appreciate these videos, if you like these readings, please just at least hit the like button, leave a comment. Let me know how you feel about the reading. Let me know if it's resonating with you. Okay. This was your weekly reading for February 12 through 18 on Dove and Serpent Tarot.